What up, good people? Welcome to yet another new episode of the Sports Podcast. And today I am with Tebeyami Ruele as we're going to explore the raw emotions of the public regarding the World Relay Championships that were held in Bahamas, in which Isaac Makwala, the icon, participated in. Today we're just going to be talking about the controversial facts of the people in the comment section of the government of Botswana, which brought a lot of emotions, and people showed their
input
and their sides of the story. So what do you think about this whole thing, Tebeyami?
Okay, so prior to the research, we'll be looking at this issue based on 5 factors. I guess those are the factors that we came up with them before here. So we're just going to be looking at the social context of the issue, which is what the public is saying, and then we're going to be looking at the personal goals, Isaac Makwala, and then we're going to be looking at his performance, and then his health, and then his age, and then because for a person to retire, like all of these need to take, or most need to take, so we're going to be basing on them for this episode. So now the first one, the social context. Facebook,
yeah.
We've heard what people are saying, and then it's kind of mixed emotions, but then I feel like the general public is mostly towards Makwala, please retire. And then we're going to have the more popular people who are towards, no, he should stay there, he's a legend, he's a living legend, something like that, I get it. Yeah. So then I think in the social context, we can look into, what can I say? Because the social context should not be the only reason why he chooses to retire. That should not be the only reason why. Yeah. And then he also had a response for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he also had a response for what people said. So if we are going to look at the personal goals, back to social context. What people were saying, we've heard people saying Makwala should move out for younger people, And then we looked at the rankings, the national rankings, and Makwala
number 12.
Yeah, number 12. And then there were 8 people to go to Bahamas. 8. But the coaches say these people were either going to participate in the 4x4 or the mixed relay.
Yeah.
And then one person can have as a computer. So now, from the 8 people, Makwala is number 12. So then you wonder what number 9, 10, 11. I get number 9, 10, 11. Why were they not taken? No, but I think it's 4 people. There are 4 spots before that. Because here I wrote there was one person who was injured. And then we had and then we had another person another athlete who was not in the country, Lee man.
The one who's running in USA.
Yeah, in USA. I forgot what Lee man. And then we had other 2, they were quite younger. There is one where he was faster than Makwala by a split second. But then the issue there comes to where Makwala is more experienced, so the team coaches would rather take Makwala. And then there was another one at the top, but I think he lacked experience where he only did a country outside Botswana was Ghana, the All Africans. Yeah, I think that's the only race he did outside, Yeah, so those were the issues. And what else?
That's all that I can think of regarding the athletes and why Makwala was chosen in the athletes that were going to run for the relay. But one thing that the public needs to be aware of is that whether Makwala was there or not, whether Umpile was to be chosen or not, they were still going to qualify for the final.
And the reason why they chose Makwala, the coaches I had, the reason why they chose Makwala to be in the 4x4 relay was to ensure that there is qualification for both events, for both the 4x4 and both the mixed. So maybe the reason why they chose Makwala to go to the 4x4 was because they wanted to make sure that he qualified, because there were much faster men.
Athletes in the mixed, right?
Yeah, in the mixed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you are going to say, okay, no, they chose that he ran a slower time. I get Hoto Makwala ran a slower time.
Yeah.
Why did he run a slower time?
There are many factors that can actually lead to that. Makwala, as the first runner in the relay, he runs a longer distance than the other athletes.
True, yeah.
He runs the full track. Secondly, reaction time. Athletes do not respond at the same time, and the handing over of the baton to the other athlete, that also adds as a factor to why his time was longer than that of the others. And I would advise the public to not compare the split times between the first runner and the second runner.
Yeah, and because we're going to look at Makwala's season best for the 400 was 46 seconds 1-2. I get 46-1-2, and then for that relay his split was 47. I don't know, it's 47 what, but just like she said, those reasons I get. So I think we're done about the social part. I get.
Yeah.
So we can go to the personal goals to Makwala. His goals, I'm pretty sure he stated what he wanted, a gold in the Olympics.
Then he can retire.
Then he can retire. So his personal goals are still pushing him forward so that he can, like we were saying, now the personal goals, what is his personal goals? So as far as I know now, I'm pretty sure he said he wanted to win a gold medal in the Olympics, and then he can retire.
Yes.
So that means he still has motivation to carry on running. So that's the only personal goal he is gonna be.
That's the main one that I know.
Okay. And then we go to performance. His performance. I mean, performance obviously it will decrease by age, but then if we look for his age, how is he performing?
I would say it's pretty fair for a person who's 38 years old. He's a male and he's been running for most of his time. Yes, his time is going to decrease every year. Is it decrease or increase?
No, yeah, the time will increase.
Will increase, yeah. The time is going to increase because of age and the other factors that you stated. But performance-wise, I just feel that he's very fit.
Yeah, because and again, we can't compare him to the much younger athletes, because as time goes, performance decreases. So I think for performance, what we can actually just say is performance has decreased.
Yes.
We can't deny that part again.
Yes.
I don't think we can deny that part. Performance has decreased. We take his times, they are much lesser now again.
Yeah.
And then we go to health. I mean, he's fit.
He's very fit.
Yeah.
And I don't recall of any incident where he's had an injury or anything. So health-wise, he's very fit.
And again, I would say even mentally he's fine.
Yeah.
As far as you know, because he's able to deal with the pressure that's brought towards him.
Negative, positive.
And that's where we can say experience counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go towards age. I mean, yeah, I mean, we don't see many runners at 38 running.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't mean there shouldn't be any kind of young. But hella is that he has went over his peak. Obviously, performance can only go down from there. Anything else to add?
Not really, but of course he is. I don't want to say old, but he is, right?
For the sport,
For the sport.
He's old,
But he's performing way better than 38-year-old athletes.
Done?
38-year-old.
Yeah.
Of which I know none, by the way.
Same. But then, even for someone who's 38 years to rank number 12 nationally, that's something.
Yeah.
number 12 out of all the other young kids. I mean, that's something. I don't know any Motswana I don't know who's the oldest Motswana running now apart from Makwala.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so even after looking at all these 5 factors, be like it, and then we come to a conclusion, okay, no, let Makwala not retire. Just basing on these, if you are basing on these, if these tick all the boxes, he should retire or what, and then we come to a conclusion, Makwala should not retire. Fine, Makwala is not retiring, but then I think a question is going to come again. Okay, fine, Makwala should not retire at his age, but at the cost of who? Because the scenario we have with that kid.
Yeah, there are very young athletes that are promising and are performing well. The only problem is experience.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't retire, he is kind of closing a gap to them having to gain experience in that platform or those championships. Take, for instance, if he retired before the World Relays, who would have the coaches picked to fill his spot?
Probably Umpi.
And he ripped him of his chances. Yeah.
But then even if we do again come back at the cost of who? Like, I don't want to say what you need to work harder or what, but then Umpile was faster than Makwala, that there's no doubt. His season best was better than Makwala, and he's also ranked 11th on top of Makwala. But Makwala, he was only faster by a split second. And then Hagonzalo, they chose experience over that split second. I get it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm coming to a point where it has to click somehow to you as a younger athlete, Obana, Obetswaki, an older athlete, kinda young. But then I feel like somehow the sport maybe was end.
It was end fair and square.
Okay, it was end because of experience.
Yes.
Harry, I like it.
Yes. But performance-wise, and according to the World Athletics rank, it was deserved by...
Okay, yeah, it was deserved by them. But obviously, I think if you are a team manager choosing a team, there are more aspects that you look into.
Yeah.
Because Umpile, the only race he did, I think, was in
All African.
Ghana.
Yeah.
And that's probably his only exposure outside
Okay.
Botswana racing. I think all the other races were just local. And then Makwala has a big list, very big list.
Of which he won.
Yeah, won. So I think if you are a manager, you obviously look at those aspects,
Yeah.
and then you judge, okay, no, I think I can sacrifice here in order to get there. You understand? Yeah. So from there, I think we can look at Kanyawari, because I think people were also stating, okay, no, is Makwala important for the team? And then it becomes Kanyawari, is Makwala important for the team as a runner? He could benefit the team more technically. You understand?
Yeah, I do understand. One of the comments that I saw was a person suggesting that he becomes the technical coach.
Yeah.
But
if he has to be a technical coach, just like being a runner, you need to fight to be chosen.
yes.
I get, and I don't think it's fair. Like okay, no, he was a runner. He's had all these. He should automatically be taken to lead this team, whereby there are other people who probably were not running or probably ran, but then they have accumulated the knowledge of leading a team, because I believe what running and coaching, they're two different things. You also need a bit of experience towards the coaching side.
Yeah.
So he obviously, I feel like he probably could have had a better chance being at the running side, because experience, like we said, and then the times, comparing to the differences between Batho ba bangwe hale, probably, because I think 2 people were taken in the technical coaches, I guess so.
Yeah, it was Justice Dipeba and Musmanya.
And then we look at those people and then we say, hey, would he have joined the technical team? Harris. He will be a +1 on them in a budget.
Yeah. Now we, as the Sports Podcast, pass on the question to you as the public on whether or not Isaac Makwala should retire. And please consider the factors that we have just talked about throughout the whole podcast. And please try to put yourself in his shoes. Isn't that right?
Exactly.
Thank you for tuning in. That's all we had for you on this episode. Thank you.
But